This is in C3. No. Oh, that's an F. I knew it was close. Wow, that's an F. It's in key. And I'll be goddamn. I'll be goddamn. Well, I'll be goddamn.
Come check out owlsherbs.com, where we have all of your herbal needs and different variety of products, from sea moss to black seed oil, and a different variety of products for different health issues, because your health is your wealth.
Hey, you guys, this is Courtney Camaro. I'm outside of Muhammad Ali's real original home. We're in Chicago, and I wanted to shout out Al's Botanics and Herbs. Man, when I tell you, I am one of those people that has insomnia. I can't sleep. I can't focus on some days because I'm so sleep deprived, and this has helped. This is one of the mixtures he has that helps with sleep.
Purchase the Millionaire Savings Plan, available on Amazon.com and BrokeGeniuses.com. Learn how to break the paycheck to paycheck cycle, get out of debt, save more money, achieve your financial goals, and live a better life. What's up? What's up? This is another Friday. I think this is Good Friday. So it's a little different as far as Fridays is concerned. I'm gonna give an IT update. Monday, we going live. I'm gonna let me share my new channel that I'm still working on. Let me see if I can share my new channel. I'm gonna probably do a double stream, so I'm gonna be streaming for both channels. Um, Let me look. It's called basically IT Support Warriors. That's gonna be my new channel. So let me see here. Share that real quick. There's actually some people that got the same name. Let's see if I can find this real quick. I should have bookmarked it, but I just created this actually today. It's a channel that I already had, but I just basically put a logo in it, changed the name. So I'm gonna utilize this here. See if I can find this here real quick. You know, they got a lot of like channels and stuff, man. It's, you know, you got dormant channels. You got people that make channels that don't post videos as well. That's pretty much what my channel was. I had like a channel that I just basically used. It's just my own personal channel, but I just converted it. Let me see here. I might have to. Let me see that. Let me see that. All right. Let's find this channel here. Keeps going to this exact thing here. Oh, there we go. There we go. So let's get the URL to this bad boy. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Put it in the chat real quick. Put it on in the shiznat. I was thinking about playing some chess today, but I ain't really feeling like playing chess. I played some chess on the train, and I did pretty well, but I just, you know, don't really feel 100% as far as playing chess. So yeah, I'm gonna be going live. We'll be going live pretty much on Monday. What's gonna happen is I'm basically I'm going to do the course on my channel, and then basically I will give you'll basically get a free preview because I'll be doing the course. So actually you actually get the course for free if you actually show up to the course when I go live, because I'm just basically utilizing what resources I have. So you'll actually get the course for free by proxy of me utilizing a live stream. After the live stream pretty much is over with. So if you ask me, okay, I missed the course or whatever, I mean, it's just that you just missed the course. It's kind of like one of those. Basically what I'm doing is it's gonna be one of those situations where I'm kind of giving it away for free if you catch it. If you don't catch it, then you got to pay for it. That's literally what I'm doing. So I'm literally gonna give it away to you for free for first dibs by you basically proxy of you paying attention. You gonna get it for free, and for everybody else, they gotta pay. I won't take no. Hey, could you give me the link? No, I won't care. because basically that just means that you wasn't paying attention. And to be honest, I didn't want to do it like that anyway. I'm just doing this because it's easier for me to do it. So this is the new channel right here. I put the link in the chat. It is going to be pretty much I'm going to be posting my IT videos there. And also I will have the course there as well. It's not going to be basically for everyone other than after you purchase it. After you purchase the link or pretty much the course, you will get those videos. You'll get a preview at first. Like I said, you'll get a preview for the first time you actually watch it. If you stay tuned, you get the lesson. You get the lesson. If you don't, you gotta pay for it, and that's it. So that's the thing. I also, I kind of, I guess I'll go into that. I think some people will be able to get rich from just basically observing things. All you got to do is kind of look, listen, and learn. I think that's something that's from I think that's like a lit from a gang or something like that. I think it's either the Four Corner Hustlers gang or Gangster Disciples. I believe it's one or two of those. Look, listen, and learn. So if you actually did pay attention, I do believe that I think you will be rich. I definitely think you will be rich. The reason why is because one of the things that a lot of times people kind of get things for free. A lot of times people will get things for free. It's one thing about YouTube is that there's a lot of things that are for free. All you have to do is just be observant. It's out there. There's people giving out their knowledge of what they went through in life and the world, all the chaos that they've dealt with, and they're giving it to you for free from their own, life that they live. They basically giving you firsthand knowledge of what they actually went through in life. This is why what a lot of people do. And I've done it too. I've done it for years. I've learned to not do it very much so. Human habits are human habits, but this is what people do. They take things for granted. They actually take persons like it's a noun. Like they take persons, places, and things for granted. Yeah, I've done that. I've done the same. Purses, places, things for granted. And when you do that, you lose out on the opportunity. One of the biggest things people missed out on, including myself, is Bitcoin, or you can even say cryptocurrency. They missed out on it. They took it for granted. It's nothing. Blah blah blah. They missed out on it. I ain't necessarily took it for granted. I capitalized on a little bit of it, but I didn't capitalize on enough of what I should have. I'm changing that, but I'm more or less focused on stocks. But I am still looking at crypto. But a lot of what transpired from that is you see a lot of fraud and stuff like that. If you were able to get out of it before all of that stuff happened, there's a lot of people that made a lot of money off of crypto. So the thing is that it is something that have made a lot of people a lot of money. And also, it has made people. It's changed the world. Changed how people have are transacting money. Now, they're saying that the federal government is coming up with their own pay system, crypto pay system. Some people linking it to the guy that got killed in San Francisco, the Cashapp, found one of the Cashapp founders. I don't think so. I don't necessarily think it coincides with that. And I am somewhat of a conspiracy theorist or whatever. I don't think it correlates. The reason why I don't think it correlates is because the guy, okay, basically, it's something. Usually, this is why people get killed. These are the top 3 reasons why people get killed. Information is one of the things. People don't never really talk about that. And I'm gonna go back into what I was, I'm driving this home, but one of the reasons why people get killed is information, intel. I was going to the military. I wanted to be a spy. I wanted to be like Montel Williams. I was about to say Montel Jordan. Yeah, I wanted to be like Montel Jordan too, man. Yeah, but the thing is that people get killed over information. Government secrets, business secrets, also secrets, just average everyday secrets. Like, it could be all classes. It could be in the hood. Like, I remember something happened in Indianapolis a few years ago. Some lady, some hood chick. I call them ghetto war brides. That's my new name for them. Or you could say Thuggo's war brides, Pookie's war brides, whatever. But the thing is that one of them, she had the skinny on some dude that was down low, and she put that information over the World Wide Web. It took off. They found it. It was on site. The rest is history. And that's like low level society. Okay, you got high society, congressmen, political office holders, in high places. They have information. Things happen. Okay, people come up, committing suicide. And for the record, if somebody ever said that I've committed suicide, I have not committed suicide. I have nothing to commit suicide about. I love money. I love women. I love my children. I'm a warrior to the death to this shit. I would never commit suicide. Never, never, never. So that means somebody got me if they said that a report came and said that I committed suicide. So number 1, information, intel. Number 2 is money. A lot of times that coincides with intel. If you have some big secret, top secret that's going to bankrupt some company, or cause somebody to lose out some money because they part of the Rainbow Gang or Rainbow Coalition or whatever the case may be, that's something on the lower level, but it's still the same. So the thing is that when it comes down to it, basically, money is the second motive, I would say. Nobody talks about intel, but I'm an ex military vet. Intel's definitely number 1. Number 2, money, capital. Crimes of capital. Somebody owes some money, or somebody is entitled some money and they want it, or already have some money, they rob somebody. Various means of crimes or murders due to capital. In various different ways you can go at that. Number 3 is crimes of passion. I love you, baby. Why you do this to me? Pow, 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 pow. It could go different ways with that. I found you with the lover, or go upstairs or go in the room, double back from going to work, and then you find your ex-wife or your girlfriend with somebody else. You shoot both of them, or you shoot one. You know, that's a crime of passion. The boyfriend catches ex-girlfriend with somebody else. Basically, those are simps. Actually, those individuals. And you also have females as simps. Women are also simps as well. See, nobody really talks about that. It's always really, it's an old term. It's usually like this: as above, so below. Whatever is something. It's an above, and it's also a below. It's a correspondence. It's called the law of correspondence. Actually, you look up the law of correspondence. Yeah, that's number 3. So those are the three reasons why people come up murked. So the thing is that guy, it could be one of those 3. I wanted to be a detective. I wanted to be a police officer when I was younger. I actually did want to be a detective. I think I would have been a very, very great detective. I actually can be a detective if the money is right. I got as high as I got a 45-hour private investigator's license or security license. So in Illinois, you got to have what is called a perk card to be security, to work, standing in a mall, standing at a hospital or whatever. And basically, you got to have what is called a 20-hour perk card. You got to go take a class, got to run your fingerprints, do a background check, and you work security. Before I got into IT, I was broker than most. I was broke as a thrift store pair of sneakers. And I was working security. So I took my 20-hour course. It got me some money in my pocket instantly. I would say security in Illinois. I would even just say security in general. That's the broke man's or the poor man's come up. Because I mean, it's very, very simple to do, but it can get very, very complicated. But you can instantly, with just a class, like I said, Illinois is a class. I think in Indiana, you don't even need a license to work security. There's no license needed or certification needed. But in Illinois, you need like a 20-hour, what is called perk card, and you got to take a class for like a couple days, and pay some money, and then you get your security license. You can start working right away, and get some money in your pocket. Give your girlfriend a little money towards the light bill in a month or two, and get out of being a homosexual. So yeah, then you got after that, and this is Illinois. You have the 40-hour arm license, and that's to carry your weapon. Basically, carry a revolver or a semi-automatic pistol. I got that certification. I worked security, various different areas in security, but I never worked armed security. By that time, I think they told me they'd give me a job making like $10 an hour, working in some bank really, really far away. And I basically was like, basically, no. Because I was looking at like, okay, my life is worth $10 an hour. No. No, sir. At that time, this is like what? This was like 2007, something like that. At least about $18 an hour. It was worth about at least 18. Damn it. It was at least 18. Rock bottom 15 an hour. Come on, man.
$400 still fighting to this day. To this day.
Yeah, it was worth at least 15. 15, bare minimum. To me to pull my thing out at that time, I had what I have at that time. I had a 380. I ain't gonna tell you what type of gun. It's embarrassing, but I think it would have worked. It was a high point. It was the cheapest gun you could possibly get. I had a 380 high point. It was like a baby Nina. It was a baby 9. That was my approved weapon. That I basically had a certificate that I, had my FOIA card, because in Illinois you needed a FOIA card. You still actually, I think, need a FOIA card to have a weapon. In Indiana, it's a little different. But the thing is that I had all of that. Told me $10 an hour to go guard some bank. I said, basically, no, hell no, fuck no, and no. And part of the training that I received when I took my 40-hour class was a 45-hour, what is called technical training. So basically, your 40-hour training is when to use the firearm, how to use the firearm, and how to, basically, subdue someone. They teach you stuff like how to hide behind a car. You don't hide behind the back of a car. You hide in the front of the car, and to take aim at the perpetrator, because that big old engine block in the front on an American car, notice I say American car, is going to shield you from the bullet. In the back, not so much, unless you have a German car, which I've had. Well, I've never had a car no, it's not German cars. It's more Italian cars. Italian cars have all of a sudden my internet went out. I'm talking some high level shit. So all of a sudden, yeah, every time I talk high level shit, my internet start fucking up. I'm a very intelligent person, so that could be any time. But the thing is yeah, they teach you all of this stuff, but the 45-hour technical training is almost the highest point before you go into actually being a police officer. So 45-hour tactical training is teaching you how to arrest someone, certain like kind of martial art techniques to subdue someone, and also how to arrest an individual or even multiple individuals. So that's how high I got, as serious I got to being a police officer. A lot of security guards actually go into being law enforcement officers. They gradually go, and security guards actually are better equipped and very, very highly skilled police officers by the time they do become a police officer, because they already been out there. They already had to call the police. They already had to subdue people. In Chicago, imagine, South Side, West Side. It don't even matter what parts of Chicago. Imagine being a security guard in Chicago. You've had to fight some people. You've had to beat some people up. You had to, basically arrest some people. kick some people out the store, throw some people out the store. You had to do all that type of shit. And it's it could get it could be a very easy job, like almost like easy peasy, where you just standing around, it gets real boring to you about to fight somebody, about to, it's people, you got all walks of life. You got people that like 400 pounds, 380 pounds, and they done played nose tackle for, Alabama in 1995 and shit like that. And you gotta be the person that, subdue this person the best way you can to the police officers come and they use their force or whatever. So it could be very, very complicated to where basically getting in fist fights and stuff like that. But I say all of that to say that, yeah, I think I definitely would have been a great detective. I used to watch a lot of detective shows, and basically I already had like one of the certificates to be a security guard. It says it's a private investigator's license. So technically you can already be a private investigator by proxy of if you work for an actual private investigator company. Most security operations are private investigator companies, but you actually have to go into that. You have to actually be a private investigator. I did not. I just was security. Okay, we got a couple questions. Dave Tower, what's going on? As an MBA in computer information systems worth it? Is an MBA in computer information systems worth it? Yes, it is. It is worth it. But the thing is that, do you have the money? Worth is the question of worth is a question on how much money you actually have, how much wealth you actually have, if you have the money to pay for it. Worth is subjective. The word worth is subjective. Like if you are living on your mom's couch and your parents don't really have a lot of money, it might not be worth it. But if you living in your parents' mansion and you have a couch in your room, it might be worth it. It might be more worth it. It's subjective. Is getting into silver and gold worth it? Let me show you how much is worth it. That could answer the question right there. But yeah, when you got a lot of money saved, and I've had conversations about this years ago, like what, 3 or 4 years ago. When you have a lot of capital, meaning you are well diversified as far as you don't have that much debt, you have a lot of money saved up. I would say anything over $10,000. You technically, notice I said all the prerequisites. You could technically start saving what is called God's money. Okay, God's money is precious metals. That's what the rich do in secret. You don't. When you get to that point, you have to learn how to keep secrets. You actually have to learn how to shut up, because you're gonna have basically safes and shit where you're gonna have to store these deposits of silver and gold, and this is where women and having the right mate comes into play. Having the right spouse comes into play, because you might have to let her know where your safe is. You might have to, she's going to have to know that information, so yeah. I like, here's the thing, for apps, for like mobile apps, Weeble. For like a mobile app, I'll say Weeble. For overall, I like TD Ameritrade. That's my own preference. The reason why I like TD Ameritrade is One, I like their platform, Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim, people made millions of dollars off of it. I have not. I made a little money off of it, but that's what I use. And it actually is a multi, like they put a lot of money into it to make it. It's a multi-million dollar application. It's called Thinkorswim, and it integrates with they give you free CNBC. So CNBC is actually something you would have to get cable to actually watch. For to actually watch CNBC, you have to sign up for cable service. Well, if you got TD Ameritrade account, you can actually watch CNBC. And then they also have TD Ameritrade network that you can basically stream the different companies, what they reports are, hear about what the company is doing, hear all kind of different companies analysis, stock analysis, all that type of stuff. I don't get the opportunity to really watch those at work because my job is a little different than my other job when I work for the liquor company, because it's so many eyeballs and stuff like that, and it's a big company that I work for now. I mean, you won't know the company I work for until I work for it. I'm very good with keeping secrets. But yeah, I would say for mobile, Weeble, and for overall, like just desk side app or application is TD Ameritrade. Oh, that's great. That's great. I mean, where I'm at with things is basically I'm kind of close to that range myself. I'm actually in the middle of probably either Airbnb in the house I'm in or just selling it. Once I sell that, then I'm probably gonna try to buy another property or two or three. I'm not sure, but it gets very, very difficult. Once you get past step 4, it gets difficult, man. Really, to be honest, I'm at the point now where I'm most likely going to make more money in my actual field that I'm in, as far as working and whatnot. So I'm actually gonna like make more money. When you make more money, it kind of helps with the steps and whatnot. So if, like, for example, if you can move up to your job and make more money, it makes it a lot better because basically you don't necessarily have to worry about basically okay, I gotta go flip a house real quick. I gotta go flip a few cars. You basically can kind of use your money that you have, and you can use that to buy more stuff, and just kind of just it's more fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? Basically, not saying you still won't have to invest and you know do certain stuff, but it'll make it easier because basically you have more money to use. It's like, basically, like, for example, if let's say, for example, like, I know somebody that makes you make about $135,000 a year. Well, with money like that, you can easily do stuff that, like, somebody that makes $50,000 a year would have a hard time doing, and they could still even do that depending on your lifestyle and what you do. You could basically take 130 that income that you make, which is basically at least over $10,000 a month. You can go start a convenience store. That's enough money that you could actually start a convenience store. Maybe in the hood, you can start a convenience store. You could maybe get a lottery system or something set up. You might be able to long term, like within a few years, convert that convenience convert that convenience store to a liquor store by you getting a license and make even more money. So you can do stuff like that when you have money. When you're making like $50,000 a year, even to be honest, 75,000 a year, those things become very more difficult to do. You could buy more stocks. You could buy more product to sell. You can use that money to make more money to get you where you're trying to get. That's basically a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? The more money you got. That's why I say, like, if I know people that personally that are lawyers. They make almost $500,000, if not now $1 million a year, because they just by their very profession, so of course it's easier for them, So how many streams of income a single man need to be good to be good? Well, the IRS, I think they said the average person that's a millionaire, I think, has 7 streams of income, like 7 streams. And it's very I'm not gonna say it's easy, but basically 7 streams could be like very like much so like you got a fleet of ATM machines. That's 1 stream. You got some vending machines. That's 2. 3, a eBay store. 4, an Amazon store. 5, you have a rental property. Just 1, and then you can scale all of these. All of these are legitimately businesses within themselves. The 5th one, the rental property, or that could be also an Airbnb. Then 6, you can be selling t-shirts, or doing embroidery with t-shirts. 7 is basically you sell you buy pallets or something and flip pallets. I don't know, like it's people that it's this one chick on Twitter. Like Twitter is my new social media space. I have found my social media space, and it's Twitter. Some people don't like Twitter. Twitter is my first home. Basically, this one chick, man, she is a millionaire. I believe she is. When people say they're a millionaire, I believe. I take their word for it. It's not that hard to believe because it's things, especially it's things that I already know about and I've already done. What she does is she has a course on flipping pallets, and she also herself flips pallets. I mean, like, that's literally what people do. They like all those people, a lot of people that sell, they could sell on all of those that I just mentioned, eBay and Amazon. And also you got OfferUp, you got Facebook Marketplace, and all of those. And then, if you really badass, you go into the flea market too on Saturdays and Sundays or whatever. And there's people that do that. Like they literally flip pallets. There's people on YouTube talking about it. There's people on social media talking about it. They buy pallets from these stores that are returning items like Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Target. They get returns. Some of the stuff they put it back on the shelves. Some of it they just send out in bulk to warehouses and resell to the public or to whoever buys them. That right there is literally enough to catapult you to a higher level. And then these courses, what somebody don't know. I mean, I know I ain't rich, so, and I ain't got the Maserati, to show you on social media to entice you. with the young tenderoni on the back seat or whatever. I don't have that. I mean, I have what I have, and it is very very much so through hard work and effort and the means of what I've done in life. But the thing is, I definitely appreciate that. But the thing is that some people actually fake that lifestyle to sell people courses and stuff like that. And when you provide courses of stuff you know how to do, which I'm starting to get into that as well, because the thing about it is what I know how to do, I'm limited to myself. But I can teach somebody else to do what I do as well, and they might not make as much as I do, or might make nowhere near what I do, and it's some people that might be able to make more or do more, but it might be people that they, kind of like they like working with their hands more. They don't really like sitting down and, working on coding and, building networks and stuff like that. I mean, I know a little bit about that, but I'm more of a hands-on type of guy. That's just how I learn. That's just what I'm comfortable with. A lot of people are not comfortable with even IT in general because it does require a level of patience that's very, very high. You have to have a high level of patience to deal with that. Almost worse than dealing with children. Like, you got to literally be very, very patient to deal with IT. To code and work on networks and shit like that, you need way more patience. It takes a certain higher level of patience, which I ain't gonna lie, I struggle with at times. You know what I'm saying? It does do that. That's why it's hard for some people to kind of stick with that and do that. But yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, this shit that it changed my life. Man, dude, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's some people that start cults and shit like that. Like, that's kind of how I felt. I felt like, damn, this some cult leader. I could be a cult leader with this shit. I could start a religion with this shit. It's like some shit that, I ain't gonna lie, but like, I used to be religious, but how this came to me, this book idea, the Millionaire Savings Plan, is kind of like, peace be upon him, kind of how the Prophet Muhammad got the vision from the angel Gabriel about starting the Quran or whatever, writing the Quran. It was that kind of like type of situation. It was late at night. I was frustrated. I'm gonna tell you the real truth. I was living in my sister's basement. Bro, I was broker than even when I was living with my sister's basement. I had what saved me at the time. I had unemployment. I was getting unemployment because I was actually working before I got into legal trouble and whatnot. I was on house arrest. I could not go nowhere, so I was literally in the basement of my sister's house, and I was fed up. I knew how to make money. I knew I was intelligent. I knew how to fix computers and all this other stuff and whatnot that I know how to do, right? I made money before. I'm like, what's my problem? What can I do to, fine tune this? I tried all these other methods. I tried, Susie Orman and Robert Kiyosaki's method and what's the other one everybody talk about? Dave Ramsey. I tried all of these guys. It didn't work. It just it was okay, but it didn't work for me. And I thought about something that, different ways and methods and stuff that worked. And it was one of the things was that I tried that I was very interested in. And it was kind of like, people do that on YouTube. It's called, they take a penny and they try to convert it. Like, you could find a penny, you could find a dime. And then they take that dime and then try to go up to the highest dimension, like a quarter, 50 cents, $1. They buy something that's $1, It's a dude from Bahamas. I don't know the name of his channel. I ain't gonna even try. He done that, and he did it again recently, not too long ago. And he had cats, man, from different parts of the world, like flipping stuff for him. I think he made like close to $50,000 or something like that. Like, I mean, it's cats that literally, like, yeah, they take, it's called the penny doubler method. I took that and I was like, man, fuck all that penny shit and all that. Let's get right to it. I know I can get about at least $1,000. And then I just scaled from there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you better not scratch me. You wanna get famous again? Come on, I'll pick your butt up. All right, we better get your ass back. All right, so yeah, I pretty much, I was like, if I just start $1,000 at a time, maybe this will work. And it's like, yeah, I think this might work. This might work. Because I had a problem saving. I had a problem saving money. That was my problem. I knew it was my problem. I could always make money. I've always made money. I've been working since I was 7 years old. I had a paper route since I was 7 years old. I'm in my early 40s now. If you've been really rocking with me, you know my age. But the thing is that I always was broke and not having no money and having problems and not having no life that I really want to live, like, or nothing, getting evicted from apartments and shit like that, having bills, just, all kind of problems. And I was like, it's because I ain't know how to save money. Saving money was a problem for me. This system, the Millionaire Savings Plan, it helped me become more of a saver. It literally, that's what it did. It made it a game. It made it motivational. It's an actual system that I use to work. It's already changed my life too. I mean, on a lower level, you got other things you got to also deal with. That's why I talk about on my channel. Money actually is a people's problem. Everybody, okay, let's just say it like this. This is one of the richest countries in the world. China is also rich. It overtook the United States as far as richness, as far as wealth. China has a lot of wealth. But the United States also has a lot of wealth. Europe also has a lot of wealth. Africa has a lot of natural resources. I ain't gonna go into all of that. But the thing is that this country has enough money to theoretically, like, I'm not saying that, I agree with this or none of this shit. Theoretically, on paper, as far as wealth, they have enough money to cut everybody $100,000 check every year, and everybody will have 100,000. Now, all of that comes from that is a bunch of inflation and all that type of stuff, and that actually happened during the pandemic. So many people had money that it started a big, massive inflation because they're trying to grab more of their money. But the thing is, I say all of that to say that it's a lot of money in this country. It's a lot of wealth in this country. The reason why it's hard for some people is because money is a people's problem. It's not like some mystery or some shit like that. It's a people's problem. The fact that I don't have a lot of money is because it's a people's problem. I have a lot of haters. Society itself is very competitive. Nobody wants to give you shit. Literally, like, you could ask somebody for, like, you could get $10, possibly. You could get $2. You could go big and get $20, whatever, right? But no, it's going to be difficult to get somebody to give you over, let's say, $20 or $10. People just not going to do that. They're not going to give you anything. And especially when you get to $100 amounts, $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. Those things become very, very complicated to get those amounts from people. They're not going to give you that. Even their friends, even their wives, some people are really, really selfish or just kind of just frugal. They don't want to give no money to nobody. So you getting it, even if it's a loan, Like I can pay people back. I'm very good at paying people back for the most part. Getting it is a loan. Getting a loan is very difficult. Now, yeah, if you go to the black market, like if I definitely know that if you go to the if I go to the gangs, if I go to the gangsters and the hustlers and shit in Chicago or wherever, I can get money. Yeah, I can. They I could prove to myself they could see, oh, this guy's a smart guy. This guy's a money man. He could make money. But then you're dealing with the savages of the savages. The cartel and all that shit. Yeah, you can get money from like people in the dark or the dark side or whatever. They'll give you money, but death is imminent with dealing with people like that. When you dealing with like, they used to have loan sharks, they still have loan sharks and stuff. They'll give you money if you can kind of somewhere prove yourself. You can get money, but you're dealing with your actual physical, you're risking your physical person with that. You risking even your family, when you're dealing with that type of stuff. It does go dark either way. When you're dealing with money and you're dealing with wealth and capitalism, it can get dark. You do have to know how to defend yourself. You do have to know how to be defensive. I'm going to probably talk more about that later, being financially defensive, because everybody's trying to prey off of you. These companies, they're set up to, basically they have lawyers, they have telemarketers and customer call centers and stuff like that. Their job is to extract capital from everybody that they possibly can to compete with other companies. When you really look at a company, it's really a big, massive like army that seeks to, basically get as much profit as they can. So it does get complicated. But the thing is, yeah, it's money out there. You just gotta be able to deal. You gotta understand it's people that have the money. That's why started talking about I came up with the different financial classes of people. The people that are disabled, trench fighters, freedom fighters, commanders, and chief commanders. Because it's kind of like this shit is a war. Capitalism is economics is war to a certain extent. And I look at this as such. Business is war. And the thing is that these people in this war, in this life, some have money, some don't have as much money. Some people like you, some people don't like you. Some people are very good and skilled at getting people to like them. It's like, I'd be amazed. I'd be like, damn, all these super chats, goddamn, motherfuckers sending super chats all day long. Like, some people are really, really skilled at getting people to like them. I am not. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just not into that. I'm not, I'm corny to some, too rugged or thugged out to some, in between. I don't know, but I'm not good at pleasing the masses like some people. Oh yeah, one of the people I noticed in here is Bernard Riley. You probably are, I've seen you around or whatever. Bernard is into selling weaves and stuff like that. Women still buying weaves. I mean, I see them all the time. I see weaves every day. You know what I'm saying? That's a big business. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got family members, man, make more money than I do. I feel I'm like, to them, I'm the family member that's older than them, that saw them when they was born. And I gotta hit them up for $20. Who I'm talking about is my niece. Man, my niece, man, she makes more money than she put me. If you had to say, all and I'm gonna talk about this. This is really my next subject line. But the thing is that big bank take little bank. I wouldn't win that with my niece. Now I could put my house up though. Then we talking. Okay, my house, you know what I'm saying? It's worth some money, you know. I'd have to put my assets up against her money because, but if as far as like actual cash money versus big bank take little bank, my niece, man, she gonna beat me out because she sells weave, she installs weaves, wigs, does braiding. Man, shoot, man, she got it, boy. She make that money. Uh, Step 9. Let's bring this up, man. Let's bring this up. Let's talk about because people don't really know what we talking about. Um, the thing is that yeah, you step 7 and 9 is like that's a sweet spot. I think that's like a sweet spot. Um, Technically, there's some things I got to deal with on the debt side. But that's where I would like to be as well. I mean, I think if like buying a couple more houses would do the trick. But yeah, I mean, this is like the sweet spot to me because this is enough money to actually kind of phase out from employment and go into the investment world and even business world, you know. Um and you could launch toward, steps 10 and 11, of course, from this. But yeah, I mean, pretty much I'm kind of almost there on 79. I'm kind of getting there. I'm really, to be honest, I'm just kind of like a remodeling project away from getting there. But the thing is that I don't look at it like that. I look at it like I gotta buy more houses. I need about 2 to 3 more houses. That's how I look at it. I'm thinking this is Monopoly. If you play Monopoly, you will understand what I'm talking about. If you think of a game to really like, I mean, yeah, chess. I play chess, but this is a Monopoly game. In my opinion, this is kind of like Monopoly. Now you don't necessarily got to look at it like that, but that's how I look at it. But if you can get into pallets and all that other stuff is it's kind of slower in my opinion. And even real estate is slow too because you got to have money, you got to have funding to make all of that possible. Because if you don't have the money to fix up these houses, um, that gets very very slow. It gets complicated. Yeah, I mean it is realistic. Anybody can do it. Like you can work at freaking McDonald's, man, and be balling out of control with $1,000 in a bank. Step one, you already got mostly what everybody don't have. Step one alone, you kicking butt just with step one. What this is like in the battles and stuff like that. They used to do those little battles and stuff. Those like you know horseback armies and stuff like that. And the thing is that what this is what the millionaire savings plans is you're holding the line. Like when they used to go into battle, they'd be like, hold the line. Well, when you saving money, that's what you're doing. You holding the line. You see, it's the difference between just having $1,000 and balling out of control. You're not having just $1,000. You having $1,000 and you holding it. I didn't make it to where I made it to by spending the money that I made. Now I did splurge and I did all kind of stuff, but what makes this work is that you holding the line, you saving the money, you don't spend it. If anything, you doing what I'm doing, you putting it into a to an asset class, and you doing an investment, or you buy a car and you fixing it up, you trying to resell it. That's basically taking $1,000. You take a $500 car, you trying to sell it for 1,500, or you take $1,000 car and you trying to sell it for 2 or 3,000. That's basically a little different. Like you buying something to make more money. So the thing is that even still, it's a long term, towing the line, holding the line. This is about money and momentum. You're taking your money, you're trying to grow momentum. You really, a lot of people find this uncomfortable. They probably don't like this because it teaches most people they're only on the east side. They're just comfortable working a job. Unfortunately, most people, like I said in the book, are not going to be able to get this when you're just working a job. You have to it's kind of forcing you to think about going into business. Not so much self-employed, but kind of, to be honest, self-employed too, because one of the streams of income can be Uber Eats, Amazon Flex. You self-employed. How about Uber? I'm gonna tell you something. I probably said this before. When my car was down, I met a chick that drove Uber. I had to take Ubers and stuff. She said she makes like $60,000 a year just driving Uber. She doesn't use her personal car. She uses basically a leased vehicle. So the leased vehicle is basically company owned by the company. She just pays the lease fee every week or whatever. She making like 60 grand. I mean, probably after deductions, she probably have to, gas is part of that. But the thing is, that's a stream of income. I'm basically most people are going to have to again, like, do something else. They're gonna have to do something else. They're gonna have to do DoorDash or flip Mike Jordans or some shit. Like, I made money selling Jordans. I used to go in the thrift store and get some Jordans. My friend taught me how to do it to a certain extent, and even my cousin. You get some Jordans, and then you basically put some soap on them. You lather them down, and that's not in really bad condition. Don't get none that's in bad condition, and then put them in the washing machine on hot. They gonna come out looking almost crispy, like clean. At the most, you might have to get some new shoestrings. Man, you can't tell me nothing. Like, you can't tell me nothing about hustling, man. You can't, like, I'm like taking $1 to turn it into 10. Dude, you can't. I'm not gonna say I'm the best at it, but I'm very, very good at it. Okay, I'm very, very good at it, man. I bought one pair of shoes for like less than $10, man. I sold them joints for $60 off eBay. I mean, like, literally, from just basically washing them, giving them a good thorough washing. I might have had to use like some like shoe ink or something like that, and that's it. I mean, just stuff like that. It just makes more money. What I'm saying? Instead of you spending your own money for lunch and gas, you sold a few shoes. So, you put that money towards something else. But see, that's the thing that another thing is I see people that just, I see weakness. I see what I call financial weakness. Appreciate it, man. You got people that make a lot of money off of even just YouTube. Some of those people watch me, and I think, I'm pretty sure they do watch me because they repeat certain stuff. They make probably millions off of YouTube, but where they mess up is they don't know how to take, and it's not just people on YouTube, it's people just in general. People are used to being an employee and also even being self-employed. They don't know how to do this right side here. This right side of the quadrant right here. You know, I talk shit about Robert Kiyosaki. He actually made up that idea of Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's not a true story, but there's some you know good you got some good examples. This right side is where they mess up. A lot of people don't know how to do this on the right side, and that's why they can't take that money. Because I'll be like, I do a lot with you know what I'm saying? Like, I do a lot with less. That's why I'm so good. I ain't even made $1 million yet. I've never made over $100,000 a year in my life. I don't think I have. But I do a lot. I do make a big impact with less money. Whereas some people, they just don't know how to do that right side. Where I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. The B side, I might struggle with, but that I side right there, that I side, I'm a beast with investments. That's where I'm a beast at, like, literally, you know. And I prefer investing, because with business, people see you and then they hear you talk and they don't like what you said. You hurt their feelings last week. Now they don't want to talk to you. You know, they liked you at first, and then they went to your channel and then they heard you talk about single mothers, and then they hate you now. And you know, you talked about hyenas. And they feel like they are more of a hyena, and you're more like this. You know, and it's like shit like that, man, where it's just with the investment side, you're using your money to invest in. People can't see you. You know, you like a ninja. You come in, you make your money, you get out. You put your money in, nobody knows you put your money in, and then you get out, or you stay in, whatever the case may be. So they can't, people can't, ain't no, well, I think people can't hate you. I think people can't hate on you on that level. I don't want to go into that because then it's like tinfoil hat talk, but you know, basically, you know, it gets to the point where, you know, people can hate on you less when they don't know, you know, like basically out of sight, out of mind. Well, in investing, that's how that is. You usually a silent investor. You know, people don't know who the hell's on the stock market and every day. All these brokerage accounts, people using Robinhood, people using Webull and all these other stuff. They just put money in the market, crypto. They don't know where this money is coming from. That's why basically the oligarchs and plutocrats, I said Pluto craps. They scrambling. The rich elites that control this system and very, very much influence this system, they are scrambling, trying to keep some layer of control. They're trying to toe the line for their legacy. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, you know, it's so crypto is a disruptor. You know, also. Another disruptor is the gig economy. The gig economy is a disruptor. That's why it's so many job openings. Like I said, it's a lot of people don't even make $60,000 a year, $70,000 a year. It's people making over that driving Uber, doing a combination of Uber Eats, doing Uber and Lyft. Like the lady, she said, I think she said she do Lyft too. And that's just one thing. She got a pussy. And the broad looked decent. She was like 50 some years old. Like, she could probably be doing all kind of other shit. I mean, I'm just saying, like like, you know, she was 50 some years old. She was doable. You know what I'm saying? If she would have offered to come in, I wouldn't have probably told her no. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
This one.
What?
I mean, you know. But I mean, you know, the thing is that that's just one of her streams of income. She could have, like, it's so many, like, okay, in Illinois, one of the biggest come ups is having a daycare. If you can get a daycare's license, which is kind of hard to get to, like, and you have an established house or, you know, location to have a daycare, you can make bank. Okay. You know, it's a lot of different ways that you could make money. I mean, a lot of times people just don't want to do certain things. People don't like their kids, so they say shit like, I don't like nobody else kids. I mean, so it's just little stupid shit like that. It would have people kind of being stuck, you know. Man, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So you 34. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you doing good than most of your peers. You know, if you on that level, you know, I mean, I don't know your personal life or nothing like that. But the thing is that a lot of people, I know people that are in the trenches, and then people also get bitter when they get out of the trenches. I know people that's been in the trenches and they get out of the trenches, they like millionaires and stuff, but they still kind of have a bitterness. Poverty and overcoming poorness and poverty and brokenness, it most likely, like, I can imagine when you get on the other side of that, when you got, you know, millions of dollars or a lot of money towards, you know, financial freedom, you still gonna be bitter. Like, for example, you got $10 million, right? And you just had the regular life that everybody else had, and you might even had a lot of struggle, or little struggle, or moderate struggle. You still gonna remember the struggle. You're gonna wake up probably and have nightmares in your mansion when you get out your whirlpool and you go to sleep. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna have a nightmare or two. You're gonna be scared. Your heart gonna drop, you know, when you look at your bank account one day and you see one less zero or something like that. Like, I just imagine, like, you gonna have some bitterness, and then you're gonna be bitter when it comes to, you think about, you gonna have flashbacks, all of the shit you had to do, like you know, didn't have enough money at the checkout, you know, and the lady made fun of you. Like, I mean, like, you had to take some shit back because you ain't have enough money, and it was kind of embarrassing. Like, you gonna, you know, you had to eat Wendy's 4 for $4, you know, 2 days in a row because you was broke as hell. Like, you gonna remember all them broke ass stories, all those broke ass moments. Like, you had to beg for some change because you ran out of gas somewhere. Like, you gonna remember all these broke ass stories. Bro didn't give you no, she didn't give you none because she said you ain't, even though that's good. If a broad didn't give you none because you said you ain't have enough money, that is a compliment, you know, because that she was gonna give you problems because she basing it off of you having some money or not. You know, that's bullshit, you know, but that's a side. But like, I know chicks that said that, like, I'll deal with you if you rich, and they got a broke nigga, a basic broke dude that, you know, just work at as a mid-level worker at a corporate, you know, company. Like, I mean, it's just she don't fit, you don't fit in her narrative. But the thing is you're gonna remember all of these stories, and it's gonna be bitter. And even when you get the money, you're gonna be like, damn, you know. Because I remember when like I said, I used to work security. Even before security, actually security was a come up. I got out of working at UPS. I used to work at UPS, and I got into security. When I got into security, that was like a come up. because it's like, man, I was lifting all these packages and shit like that. And I got up on security, and it was like, I just had to guard. I had to stand up in the front of Walmart. I mean, not Walmart, Walgreens. And then I went from that to working like loss prevention in a hardware store called Menards. I ain't really like it, because when you work in loss prevention, you really getting to the point where you're gonna have to fist fight. You literally at the point where you're gonna have to fight, because you literally catching somebody stealing, and it's certain things you gotta do. Like, if they you're gonna have to take them to the back room. The back room is where the cameras are and stuff like that. It's some people, ain't everybody coming to that back room. And if they don't come to that back room, you can't necessarily put your hands on them. You gotta take the merchandise. You gotta grab at the merchandise. A lot of times when you see people grabbing at the person, they can grab at the merchandise. But usually what happens when people grab at the merchandise, the other person that stole the merchandise, they start grabbing the actual other person. Now it's game on. Bakaya. Because you grabbing me now. You're not grabbing back at the merchandise, you're grabbing my person. When you grab my person, me, you're physically putting contact towards me. Now it's open season. I can clock you in the, chin real quick, or wherever various parts of the body, because you putting your hands on me. But you got to do that when you work in security. You gonna have to possibly do that. I heard stories. I myself didn't have to put no hands on anybody, fortunately, but I've heard stories of people fighting crackheads and stuff like that. I have a certain level of, I'll talk you out of some shit. I went to college. Most people that work security is not college educated. I went to school to be a social worker. I mean, I could talk people out of problems. Problem solve and shit like that. So it's not like I'm gonna just go right. Some people, that's all they know, to go right into might, might versus might. Like, that's all they know. They just basic people, basic individuals. So it's like, you got, as long as it's just not that bad, but you got crackheads and stuff like that, dope fiends that come out, in and out of stores, and and you gonna deal with the craziest of craziest people. Then you're gonna get people to test you and all that stuff. So yeah, security was a come up though. It got me out of that. And then when I got into IT, I was like, okay, well, let me just go into this. And that changed. That was another life-changing moment. When I got into IT, like, even just being a computer technician, I mean, yeah, I kind of had bouts of, I ain't gonna say poverty, but it was rough. I remember being 4 or 5 years old. I lived in the ghetto, or the Gitmo. Like, yeah, I remember all of that. I remember that. Like, I still remember that. Like, I have a very good memory. Like, that's one of the things. Like, some people that are smart, they have a very good memory. Like, I can remember when I can remember when I was young, as about 3 or 4 years old. When I started making a little money, I'm pissed because why nobody didn't tell me secrets like you did in your book. I just called it hustle and luck, and just learned a lot of different skills like that. See, that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. Like, sometimes people can ignore people. And then here's another thing. I think I know exactly what you're talking about, and I've seen this myself. It's people that'll be around you and won't say nothing. They'll just be quiet. It's quiet. They live in their life. I work with people like that. They'll be quiet until the conversation comes up, and then they might tell you something. Like I learned I heard about the trail stop, but sometimes people got to explain it to you, then you get it. Like, damn, oh, okay. I'm going to look into this. Some people, that's how they are. It is what it is. But the thing is that had I not brought that conversation up, I wouldn't even really looked into it like that. I might have eventually got into it, but it's people that just don't say nothing. It's people that don't talk to people. It's people that look at it like, and I don't blame people like this. Whatever your words are, it's called intellectual property. Anything you say is intellectual property. It came out of your mind, technically. So it's people that literally be like, I'm competitive. I'm so competitive, I'm not saying nothing to nobody. I don't give a fuck who it is. I ain't even telling my children nothing because they just so competitive that they don't want nobody to know nothing. And it's like, I kind of understand it, but I'm like, God, dog. It's like they want to see you be like an ant and just try to survive and then get stuck and keep hitting the wall. And they know why you hitting the wall, and they don't even tell you why until it's like too late, until you figured it out. You got some people that's kind of on the evil side of the game too. They just call it what it is. And they don't want to tell you nothing. You know, people are competitive. I mean, I've heard this quite a few times. You know, when you're a kid, ask as many questions as you possibly can, because when you get older, people don't want to tell you stuff because you're a competition at that point. Hell no. No, sir. I know I work with a guy that's 70 years old. And I'm gonna be honest with you. My profession, I'm trying to move up as far as my position. I actually talked to my manager today. They're supposed to move me up position and prepare me for the next position up, which is a infrastructure delivery technician, or not so much even technician. I got the wordage down, but the thing is here's the thing about jobs that I've said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. Some companies, like their HR department or their HR description for the job, they use like different authors or whoever copywriters to make those job descriptions. They make those job descriptions to look intimidating, to make it seem like you are underqualified for the job. The job that my company is pushing me towards, I looked at it on like I googled it, and the job pays like over $100,000. It's already what I know. The only reason why I haven't really applied for that type of job is because here's another tip that I'm gonna give you for free 99. Your job that you know how to do could be worded in all different types of languages. Like, for example, an accountant is somewhat of the same word as a bookkeeper, but a bookkeeper makes way less than an accountant. But a bookkeeper and accountant are very, very similar. It's just words to kind of manipulate. Words can be very, very manipulative. That's one of the intents of language. Language is very, very powerful. That's why law is very, very powerful. A skilled attorney, a skilled lawyer knows how to use wordage to manipulate people. You know, to help to be a great lawyer is to be a great manipulator to a certain extent. So words are manipulative. Women know this too, very good at it. So you can have a particular job, like for example, I'll give you an example for security. A security guard, a bodyguard is the same goddamn thing. Same damn thing. The bodyguard might have to know more fighting, more protection. Like you got to protect the person, you got to be hands-on with the person that you're protecting. But a bodyguard and a security guard is very, very similar.
Message.
So wordage is very, the English language itself is very, very manipulative. So chances are, like I said today, I went live at work, or actually not live, but I did a video at work. Basically, you can be possibly, because my job that I do now is an entry level job. I get ragged on by the software guys and like cloud engineer guys, network engineer guys. They clown me because actually my job is an entry level job. I make decent money, right? But they clown me because I got stuck in it for so long. Now, here's the thing, like, I've had life happen to me. I've had all kind of problems and shit like that. I'm not gonna make no excuses, but I didn't, some people go talk to people when they go to different channels and stuff like that, and they get ragged on, and then they start saying, man, fuck you, bitch, you motherfucker, fuck you, your mama's, I'm not that type of person. Okay, first of all, the guy that I went to, I'm gonna talk about that too. My next topic is or subject is elders versus olders. I guess I'll go right into that. It's a difference between being an elder versus an I call them, this is from Andrew Tate. He called them olders, or somebody says that. It's a difference between being an elder versus an older. So, an elder is someone that's like an older individual, a statesman, somebody that's got experience, that knows how to toe the line, have laid some paths, knocked some heads off, and cleared the way for you can. They walk so you can run, basically. An older is just a motherfucker that survived life. They ain't really do shit. They just jagged off and lived their life, and they got old. I don't look at myself as an older, even though I'm, in my early 40s. I got some gray hairs a little bit. You really can't see them on you see a little bit, but you really don't see them. I'm all right. You could also reverse gray hair, by the way. It's kind of expensive because you got to buy a lot of herbs, but you can reverse. You got to buy herbs and supplements, but you can reverse gray hairs. And to do it, you also have to de-stress your life. De-stressing your life is harder than making a whole bunch of money. Actually, de-stressing your life is very, very difficult. Actually, to de-stress your life, it helps if you have more money to de-stress your life. That's why it's called financial freedom. But the thing is that aside, older is just an old motherfucker that just got old. They really just, they might know some stuff, but I mean, to respect them, you can respect them, but if they get disrespectful, it's like, well, you ain't supposed to just let somebody disrespect you, even if they're older, younger, whatever. And especially if they just somebody that's just old and they ain't did shit, and you verify, you know their resume, you know what they've done, and they have not done anything, and they, are basically just somebody that just got old. They not elders, they just got old. It's a difference between somebody that's an elder versus somebody that's an older. They just got old. A lot of times you can tell they bitter. You probably see them on the bus and they asking you, and they pissed off at you because you ain't gave no change. I mean, man, I'm going extreme with it, but to a certain extent, I'm kind of on the same page. But yeah, you got a lot of olders. You got even a lot of people like that on YouTube. Mainly, they have no husband, but they got a lot of engagement on their channel, and they're experts, and they even got some money. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah. So the thing is that when it came down to me, kind of like, I look at it like this. with the whole elders versus elders thing. If you 21 years old and you a millionaire and you ain't made it off no scamming or no PPP, you made it off of good old hard business and investments and whatnot. Basically this here, I respect that. I respect that. You ain't gonna disrespect me now, but I respect people that have achieved more than I've achieved. If you went somewhere that I have not been, I respect that, even if you are younger than me. So yeah, a software engineer, right? Even a mobile software developer, right, makes more than I make. That just is what it is. I mean, don't be discouraged. I'm not discouraged because the thing is that there's a path even within IT support that I know more about. I did my research. I already knew this, but I can tell you that I might go that path myself. I'm already kind of in that path, and it's basically you can go up to being a CTO or a CIO, which CTO is a chief technology officer, and a CIO is a chief information officer. Okay, that path is still within my path. It gets complicated because I have certain legal issues, and whatnot. But it's guys that actually they have records and felony records, and they get jobs because they're so good at what they do, and they work in security as far as like um, IT security. So yeah, I make over that now. With everything I do, I make over that. Yeah. Then a year, I'll probably this year I'll probably gonna make over $100,000. This is gonna be my year most likely. Yeah. Last year I possibly could have, but I had some problems. But if all goes well this year, no hiccups and nothing like that, I should make over $100,000. Well, I mean, you know, I don't I don't necessarily want nobody else's money. I know people that's millionaires. I follow people that's millionaires. Um, I ain't trying to rob them or nothing like that. And then I you know, I don't know what you mean by that, but the thing is that as long as you don't disrespect me, if you telling me I need to do this and this, I do have to. I will be quiet and take heed because the thing is that I was in the military. Okay, the person I'm talking about, Citizen Lou, he was in the same branch I was in. He was in the Navy. You do have situations where you will have an officer, 22 years old, is an ensign, which is like kind of entry level officer. You E3, you better motherfucking do this when he walk past. And you could be 34 years old. You can be 44 years old. You still gotta do this. What I'm saying? Make sure I got my little slant or whatever. You still gotta give them respect because it's a sign of respect. Like that's how I look at it. Like, I mean, you make more than me. I respect capital. I'm a capitalist. I respect people that are multimillionaires, billionaires. That's one of the reasons I make money because I respect money to a certain extent, and especially black people that have made money because I know it's hard being black and making money. Trust and believe it is. All you got to do is go to a major city and see all of the bums, and you can start counting them if you want. It's very very difficult to make money in this country, especially if you're a black male. So I respect that to a certain extent. And the thing is that, like I said, as long as it's respectful, it's cool. Like, basically, what do you have a problem with somebody telling you should do better? That's basically what I'm on my channel. I'm saying, hey, you should do better than me. You should do the same or whatever. Like, here's the thing though. Everybody has financial weaknesses. Um, let me put this chart right here and take this off. I know how to make money with less money. If you making over $100,000, you ain't got no real estate, you ain't got no assets. That's where you might want to listen to me, because I'm in my house. I got a house. I don't care if it's in Gary or Detroit. I can have a fucking house in Detroit. I got real estate, baby. I got a fucking piece of real estate. I got land. You should, if you make, this is my theory, and people get pissed off at this or whatever. It is what it is. Even if you live in a high price area, every $50,000 you make, if you make let's say you make $150,000. This is my theory. This is my personal theory. For every $50,000 you make, you should have at least 2 properties. For every $50,000 you make, you should have at least $1,000. One property. One property for every $50,000 you have. So if you make $150,000, you should have about 3 properties. The reason why is because that's enough money that you could at least buy 1 or 2 properties. If you if you live in a big city like New York, LA, Miami, it might be difficult to do that, but you can buy somewhere else like Pennsylvania. You could buy a house in Pennsylvania or Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, wherever, Michigan, and you could buy 1 property and set it up for Airbnb. You should be able to do that. But see, here's the thing. That's where people have a problem. They could be very good at making money, but this right side be kicking people's ass. So you got to be you got to be careful of that. It's not all about what you make. It's also about what you actually can do with it and what you keep. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about there too as well. I want to say, basically doing what works for you and staying true to yourself, is golden. Very, very much golden. Like, I'm probably the only black person that probably has a wood stove that you know of. That's for anybody listening to this now or even on the playback. Like, I cut wood. I use a wood stove to save on my furnace bill and stuff like that, so my furnace don't kick on, so my thermostat don't kick on. For the ambiance of the wood, the burning fire, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I burn wood on my wood stove, old school style, and not a lot of black people do it. Not a lot of people do it, period. But more or less white folks do that. I'm the one. You gonna see me cutting wood on my house, like on my yard. I'll be cutting wood. I stay true to what works for me, and I stay true to myself. That stands out. I got people that I got women I deal with. They say they like when they see me. They drive past and they see me cutting wood. Then I cut their wood.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
So yeah, man. Another warning I'll have to give is, don't listen to gold killers. Gold killers are, what I mean by this is, let me put this on because I speak in different languages sometimes, and sometimes I come up with things that people just don't be talking about because it just sounds good, and I just, what I'm saying, I'll be flowing and whatnot. don't listen to gold killers. Gold killers are people that like be like I ain't gonna lie, like I was listening to somebody and they were like, man, I don't know what these people listening to. Like they trying to be like the white man. The white man run this shit. You ain't gonna be like him. You ain't gonna make no money and blah blah blah. And you know that same type of talk. I used to listen. I used to hear shit like that when I used to live in the ghetto. Like I remember talk like that when I used to live in like the like ghetto in the south side of Chicago. You know, you ain't gonna man. You know, you can't do this and this and this and this. Like, don't listen. When people, if you do like listening to people like that, like, do not when they start talking that old bullshit, do not listen to them. Like, turn them off. Turn the radio off. Turn the YouTube off. Do not listen to gold killers because they gonna have if you. It's like a disease. If you like, I don't like to tell people what not to do, but on this case, I break my rule because you know this shit is an infection. If you listen to that shit in your ears, it's like literally you gonna subconsciously start thinking that shit. I ain't gonna lie, like for a minute, that's kind of how I thought about things. I ain't gonna lie, like it's messed up. Like I was listening to stuff like that, you know, and it's like fear and all this other crap. Like, do not listen to people like that. Like, no, do not listen. The financial system was started by black people a long time ago. Like, man, the Etruscans started the Greco-Roman Empire. Is a financial system in Egypt and Africa, all over the world, man. And do not listen to that. Europeans got to the financial system like the last 2,000 years. Okay, last really 1,500 years. Like this shit new to them, but they made it. You know, like you know the Jay-Z song. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Yeah, they did, but you know, to a certain extent, they caused a lot of malice, a lot of destruction. You know what I'm saying? You know, with that capitalism and greed and wars and shit like that, it's still going on. So yeah, no. I like I said, I already gave my talk on ethical capitalism and all of that shit. I'm not saying I'm a softy and I don't want to go to war. I'll kill you. As simple as that. But the thing is that it's some critiques to that. But the thing is that don't listen to that goofy shit. So another thing is the cloud listeners. You know, it's two types of cloud listeners. You know, like your favorite YouTuber. You know, they'll I've hear people that I think they probably listened to my last live stream, you know, and then they start talking about certain stuff like stats. Yeah. Stats. Yeah. You know, basically they carry your message. That's the good side. I'm okay with that. You know, I listen to people too. In fact, if I listen to you saying some shit I probably said a live stream or two ago, I'm actually listening to you. I'm enjoying what you say, and you probably are enjoying what I'm saying because you're repeating what the fuck I'm saying and not giving me any type of shout out or nothing. But here's the thing, you know, I do have a critique to that because, you know, these same types of people like, he started my shit. He took my shit. Well, you take from, you know, it's people that take from other people. And then just because I don't, you know, jab back at you or, you know, start cussing you out because you take something that I said, I'm not like that because, you know, like I said, I don't have this problem here, you know. So, you know, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the guy on the left. I'm the guy I'm the guy that can play the left and the right of this quadrant. So I understand wealth is infinite. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily be like, oh man, you took from me and blah blah. You know, I mean I understand to a certain degree, but no, I don't look at it like that. But the thing is that, yeah, there's two types of people. One person, they carry your message, which is good. The second is type of person is they critique what you say in secret. They critique what you say. They'll listen to what you saying on your live stream and then go do a video and use what you say as critique to make a video about it. I catch you motherfuckers doing that shit too. I know you must see. Here's the thing. Here's what you know. I'm a technologist. You know, I've been a technologist for a long time. See the difference between the reason why people go on Facebook and Instagram. I'm gonna tell you why. You know, shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. Instagram and Facebook, their technology, when somebody watches you, you can see who the fuck is watching you. And they know that. Like people, like, man, it's some weird shit. Like I be trying to click off of people and shit on Facebook and whatnot. On Instagram, you can choose who you actually want to watch. But as soon as you click on them to watch them, your fucking profile populates that it is absolutely no fact, no other fact that this person is actually watching you. Well, YouTube, they might be trying to implement that in the future, but I kind of wish they did, because it'll be all kind of fucking rich and famous people that'll actually be watching me or watching even you, and you don't even know these people are watching you, because it's a secret thing. YouTube has a secret type of thing where it's other platforms that have that as well. But with Facebook and Instagram, you can see who it is. Oh, it's Tom Hanks is watching me. Tom Cruise is watching me. Like, you can see these people that they actually watching you. You can see the eyeballs that they're actual people that are actually watching you. Well, YouTube have it where it's anonymous, where you don't know who's actually watching you, but you can hear that they talking about something that you actually start talking about when they go on their channel, you know, and start talking or whatever. So I can't wait till they start bringing it where, like, you know, I hope that they have it where you could just actually people can actually, you can see their profile, and then all people gonna do is, you know what they gonna do, they gonna make a burner account, and you know, basically you can see who's watching you on a burner account. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just, man, you guys, man, y'all suck at life. Basically, that's what you're saying. Because, you know, the thing is that you don't want to give nobody no shine, because you don't want them to you know, basically get more subscribers or whatever the case may be. I mean, you guys suck, man. At the end of the day, man, like, the reason why I don't think like that, like I said, the little money I make, I kick ass with it. And a lot of people make more than I do, definitely on YouTube. And, you know, hey, if you think money is finite, I'm gonna tell you something, just like I said about pussy. But shit, money more abundant than pussy will ever be. So you know, you came from the projects or whatever, you so poor, you think money is so finite and shit like that. Man, y'all motherfuckers, I don't know what to tell you, man. I just, you know what I'm saying? You might need to watch me more and actually engage, actually type out some stuff, actually come on my channel and start talking to me, because you guys, man, need some help.
If you don't think money can buy happiness, you don't know where to shop. You can get money and then go save the world. You can get money and save the forests in Brazil. You make money and go save global warming. But without money, you can't save a fucking thing. Don't you understand? Don't the fucking idiots on YouTube understand that? Until you make some shekels, until you make some fucking coin, you can't help anybody. Because if love got the job done, you wouldn't all be fucked up.